Session, I'm going to start with the introduction. How this Power BI has been evaluated. Power BI has been started very recently. I can exactly say 29th of June 2015 was the day the Power BI has been launched. Approximately 11 years before. Just 11 years before the Power BI has been launched. Before Power BI, or still people are using it to create a report. Could you tell me what is the tool we used for creating a report? Still we are using it. Of course, Excel. That's fine. Under Excel, we are using a tool for creating a report. What is the tool we use to create a report in Excel? And the tool use பண்ணும் Excel reports create பண்றதுக்கு. Chart, okay, visualization charts, but reports. To create a report, what is the tool we use? In Excel, we use a tool called as pivot. Very good. Could you tell me based on how many tables can we create a pivot? எத்தனை டேபிளை பேஸா வச்சுக்கிட்டு based on how many tables can we create a pivot? Any idea? 1 table, 2, 3. நீ ஸ்டாப் பண்ற வரைக்கும் நான் போயிட்டே இருப்பேன். 4, 5. Then we have something called as maximum. Minimum 1 table, if you have said minimum 1 table, there should be something called as maximum. You can use only 1 table. To create a report, you cannot create a report based on 2 tables. If you want to create a report based on 2 tables, what we will do is we will write a lookup and bring the column to this table and create a report, correct? We cannot combine 2 tables and create a report, but we can do it. Not in Power BI, we can do it in Excel itself. We have a tool called as Power Pivot. Still people are using Excel, still people are living Excel. The reason is because of this Power Pivots. If I know the training, I'm not teaching the basics of Excel. Basics of Excel is over. VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP line, it's done. Now we are coming to the next level of Power Pivot. Multiple tables can be combined using this Power Pivot. And to write the formula, to write the function, to consolidate the data, to split the data. Someone has told every day I have to download the data and put into the folder. Power BI should create a report. Excel should create a report. Excel should create a report. We have a tool called as Power Query. These are all not part of BI. These are all the part of Excel itself. And we had a tool. முன்னாடி இருந்தது. Now they have removed it. That is Power View. There is a tool called as Power View. Combination of all these 4 tools. Now Microsoft, as I told just 11 years before, they have created this tool that is Power BI. Okay. Power BI is a tool. BI is a tool. Out of this, the Power BI is an application developed by Microsoft. There is some equivalent tool available equivalent to Power BI. I don't know whether you are aware of it. Tableau or tool which is from Oracle Corporation. Looker Studio. There is something called as Looker Studio which is from Google. Google has created Looker Studio. But Power BI has become very popular nowadays. The main advantage of Power BI is we have 2 types of, actually 3, but basic is there are 2 types of Power BI. One is Power BI Desktop. Second one is Power BI Services. Morning, what you have checked is the Power BI Desktop. Morning, எல்லாரையும் open பண்ணி check பண்ண சொன்ன version. I asked you to check the version and asked you to sign in. And this Power BI Desktop is totally free of cost. No need for paying a single piece. You can just get it as free of cost. Just go to app.powerbi.com or microsoft.com or Windows Studio, Microsoft Studio, download Power BI and start using the Power BI. You can create a report, you can create a dashboard, you can consolidate the sheet, anything you can do it. But unfortunately, you cannot publish and you cannot send the report to others. I want to share the report to others. I want to publish the report to others, which is not possible if you are using Power BI desktop. You can create it, you can like this. If you want to show the report, just connect your projector and you want to present it, you want to show the report, that can be done in Power BI desktop. As of now. Gradually, they are limiting the license. Or 5-6 years before, in one department, one person can hold a license, other person can use free of cost. They can send the report, that person can publish it 5 or 6 years ago. Now they have restricted. Everyone should have the report, everyone should have the license, then only you can publish it. As of now, Power BI desktop is free of cost. As of now, maybe it may be costlier in upcoming version also. It can be chargeable in our upcoming version also. As of now, it's free of cost. You can just go to Power BI desktop, download it and start using it. But as I told, you cannot publish it. If you want to publish, then you need this Power BI services. In Power BI services, we have to use some licensing. There is something called as professional license. There is something called as premium license. We'll talk about that. What is premium? What is professional? We'll discuss about that later. So as of now, from the morning, everyone has downloaded this Power BI desktop. எல்லாருமே download பண்ணி ரெடியா வச்சிருக்கீங்க Power BI desktop. So we'll start with this Power BI desktop. By today evening, we have to use this Power BI services also. So let us start this Power BI desktop. Yes. So I'll go to the start here and I'll go to the search box. Start. I have already created a shortcut for this Power BI desktop. It's available by default, or you can go to the search box and just type this Power BI. It's available on the top. So you can click on this Power BI desktop. Just click on the Power BI desktop. I recommend everyone to please practice it parallelly. Practice pannunga. If you have any questions, doubts, queries, please do not hesitate. Stop me, ask me. There itself, I can repeat it any number of times. Okay. So we have started the Power BI desktop. This is your welcome screen. I think everyone has landed into this welcome screen. If you have already signed in, on the right hand side top, your name should be available. If your name is not available, 2 reasons. One, you have not signed in. Second, your Wi-Fi would have not been connected. If the internet is not connected, if you are not signed in, your name may not be displayed here. Now, no problem. As of now, internet is not required. Signing is not required. Maybe in the future, it may be required. So we'll see when it is required. So if it is displaying, fine. If it is not displaying, also no worries. So now my name is displayed here. So that means I have signed in. Of course, you know this. This is a home. This is a open, where we can see there are some data sources available. I will explain what is the data source and what is the recently used reports and what is the report shared with me. Someone has shared the report with me. That report will be available. And at last, there is 2 options. Signing out means you have to sign out from your website or email ID. You can sign out. Options and settings. This is your backstage. If you want to do something on the backstage, you can use these options and settings. About. About is the where we can check the version of Power BI. What is the version of Power BI? Power BI will get upgrade literally every month. Over month. Every month we'll have an update between 10th and 20th of every month. Every month between 10th and 20th, there will be 11 updates per year. One update may not be there. Maybe the December month, they may not give an update. December month la mattum update varadu. December or January, ஏதோ ஒரு month skip பண்ணிடுவோம். Some year they are skipping December. Some year they are skipping the January because of the holidays. Otherwise, 11 updates will be there. So, அப்படி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, the latest update today is only 8th April. So, you will not get an update. Maybe in the next session, 28, 29, we may get an update of April. So, as of now, April update may not be there. You will have only the March update. So, how do we check the version? In the about to click panina. When you click on the about on the bottom, you will get that version of your Power BI. So, just go here and click on this about. Yes, this is one method to check the version. One method to check the version. You can see here the version is March 2025. Okay, this is the latest or stable version. March 2026, sorry. This is one method to check the version. Another method, on the welcome screen, I didn't click on about. I have opened a blank report. Let me do it again. I'll go to Power BI. Instead of clicking on about, in the blank screen, in the report, I have selected the blank report. For example, how do we go to the blank report? Just click on the blank report, or if you press escape, if you press enter also, it automatically opens the blank report. I don't want anything open a blank report means you can just press the escape key on your keyboard or just click on the blank report. Both are same. It will open a blank report. In the blank report, you can go to the help. Under help, if you go to the help, you will get the version here, about. Go to the help and click on about. This is the second method to get your version, to know the version of Power BI. Okay. So let me click on this about. We are getting the version, that's March 2026. Right? So let us start with the small introduction of this Power BI. What are all the elements, what are all the components, and what are all the options available in Power BI. Okay, I hope everyone has opened it. All are using March 2026, correct? Any other variances? No. Because all are the rented laptop, they should have used the latest version only. Okay. On the top, you can notice your file name and your software name is available. This whole area put together, we call this as title bar. Very good. This is called as title bar. Below the title bar, the file, home, insert, modeling, view, optimize. This area put together, which is common for Word, Excel and PowerPoint also. But there are some difference in Power BI. This one, we call this as ribbons. This one is called as ribbon. On the ribbon, the first item available file. Firstly, one is file, which we call it as a office button. This file, we call this as office button. Backstage of your office. Backstage of your Power BI. This is office button. And this home. There is a home, there is a insert, there is a page layout, there is a modeling, insert, modeling. These are all called as tabs. There will be a special tab appearing here. Or special tab will appear. Whenever you do some activity, a special tab will appear. That tab we call it as contextual. Contextual tab. That tab is called as contextual tab. And clipboard. There is something called as clipboard, data. Clipboard, data and queries. These are all called as groups. Clipboard is a group, data is a group, query is a group. The clipboard and data is called as group. All the other items available in the cut, copy, paste, all the other items available here, we call it as commands. Commands. This is not only for Microsoft Power BI. These are all the things common for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Access, Project, Power BI, in the software. Whatever the software you use, whatever I did, it's common for all the software in the world. Okay, Microsoft software. Okay, clear? Can I close this? Means whatever I have written on the screen, can I close it? Yes. On the left hand side of your Power BI, old version, morning I have seen you have opened the old version, where you can see only 3 tabs will be available. Old version you would have seen only 3. Now we are seeing 5 types of views. 5 types of, this is very important. We are going to use all these 5 types of view. First view, you can see this first view. There is a first view available. Report view. This view we call it as report view, where we are going to create a report, where we are going to create our visual. In the view ku poningna da neenga report visual la create panna mudiyum. If you go to this view only, we can create a report, we can create a dashboards, we can create some visuals. Second, this view is a data view or a table view. In the view data view or a table view, where we are going to see our data, where we are going to see our table. நம்ம டேபிளையும் டேட்டாவையும் இங்கே தான் பார்க்க போறோம். This is where we will see the data. This is where we will see our table. Third view is your model view. This one is your model view. This is where we are going to create a relationship between the table. Table குள்ள இருக்கக்கூடிய relationship. Multiple tables handle பண்ணி relationship la create பண்றதுக்கு we are going to use this relationship view. Fourth, there is something called as fourth, you can see DAX. DAX view. What is that DAX? D-A-X, DAX. In Excel, to create a formula, Excel formula function create பண்றதுக்கு we'll go to a specific place. Could you tell me what is a specific place we'll go to create a formula or a function in Excel? அதுக்கு ஒன்று இருக்கு, ஃபார்முலா பாருக்கு முன்னாடி ஒன்று இருக்கு, அந்த ஏரியாவுக்கு பேர் ஒன்று சொல்லுவோம் FX. FXல தான் போய் ஃபார்முலா ஃபங்க்ஷன், நீங்க ஈவன் தோ ஈக்குவல் டு போட்டாலும் அது FXல தான் ஒர்க் ஆகும். So all your formulas functions will work in FX in Excel. Same like in Power BI, to create a formula and function, we have to use DAX. What is the DAX? The abbreviation for DAX is Data Analysis Expression. Last, there is one more view available here. TMDL. TMDL. Table, model, definition, language. So table, model, definition, language, TMDL. What is this TMDL? What is the purpose of TMDL? ஒரு 4-5 table, 4 or 5 tables, you can connect it using this model view. In the model view, third view. Using this third view, connect your table. It's just a drag and drop visual. But I want to do a programming. Through a programming, I want to connect. நம்ம ஏதாவது programming software coding எழுதி, then we want to connect this table model view. So அப்பனா then we can go for it. I think we are not going to use this today or in this 4 days. Timer Krishna, we'll see that that's purely about codings and programming, which is not required. There is a straight away option available. இங்கேயும் model இருக்கு, இங்கேயும் model இருக்கு. This is also table modeling. This is also table modeling. This table modeling is very simple, dragging and dropping. This table modeling is by creating the formula, coding. Literally, or coding, you have to do this table model. I think that's not required. We can do it in normal model view itself. Okay, so 5 types of views: report view, data view, model view, DAX view, TMDL view. Okay. Can I close this? Excel is a workbook which will have list of sheets. PowerPoint is a presentation which will have list of slides. Power BI is a report which will have list of pages. Very good. Pages. In your bottom you can see there is a page available here. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. You will have some list of pages. Right? Then there are two types of layout. As I told this Power BI, I am going to create the Power BI. I am going to publish this Power BI. The report I publish panapara, I am going to send it to my colleague, to subordinate, to my customers or someone else. How they are going to see the report? If they are going to see the report in your screen like this, desktop or in your laptop, how should be your layout? First I want your company logo, then I want a picture, then I want a line chart, bar chart. That's your desktop layout. If someone is viewing your report on your mobile, how should be your report? How should be your layout? That is your mobile layout. I don't know whether you have noticed it. If you open your company website in your mobile, the layout will be different. If you open the same website in your desktop or laptop, it will be different. Correct? Not only your company website, any website in the world. நீங்கள் மொபைலில் ஓப்பன் பண்ணும்போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா லேஅவுட் வேறு மாதிரி இருக்கும். டெஸ்க்டாப்பில் ஓப்பன் பண்ணி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா லேஅவுட் வேறு மாதிரி இருக்கும். It will be different from the mobile to the desktop. That layout automatically it will create. Even you can create it also. ஒரே கிளிக்ல it will create automatically, or we can create the layout. I want first this, second this, and we can create our own layout also. Right? And technically we have a name for this area. This whole area, technically we call this as canvas. The technical name for the whole area is called as canvas. And there are dotted lines available vertically, horizontally. You can see there are some dotted lines. You can see there is a dot lines available here. There is a dot lines available here. There is a dot lines available on the bottom also. There will be a dot lines on the top. Top also you may get a dot lines. On the top also you may get the dot lines. What is the dot lines? What is the purpose and what is the usage of the dot line? I think you would have seen it in Word, Excel and PowerPoint also. Print out எடுக்கும்போதெல்லாம் பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. Right side, bottom, topல இருக்கும். Borders. Page borders are the margins. Margins are the borders. So you can create a report within the margins or within the borders. Yes. And you can see three types of tabs are available. மூணு விதமான tab இருக்கு பாருங்க. There are three types of tab. We'll finish off this introduction. We'll finish off before the break. First tab is filter. Assume I have created a visual. நான் ஒரு chart create பண்ணிருக்கேன். Assume that I have created a chart here. Customer wise, what is my total revenue? Or customer wise, what is my total production? Or product wise, what is my total production? ஒவ்வொரு ப்ராடக்ட்டும் எவ்வளோ ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம், எவ்வளோ மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணியிருக்கோம், ஒரு ரிப்போர்ட் இருக்கு. I have thousands of products. I have hundreds of customers. I don't want all the customer. I don't want all the 100,000 products. I want to see only top 10. Top 10 மட்டும் நான் பார்க்கணும். I want to see only the top 10. So I want to filter only the top 10. Then we can use this. There is an option called as filter a particular visual. ஒரு visual filter பண்ணலாம். You can filter a particular visual. Second, I have created many reports here. In the page I have created 3 or 4 or 5 reports like this. For a finance team, I have created a report. They want to see only the pending statement here. Wherever the payment is pending, they want to see all the reports wherever the payment is pending. Or wherever the payment is received, they want to see only the report on this entire page. Page முழுக்க. Page முழுக்கவே எல்லா report, all the reports should show me only the pending details. Then you can filter the entire page. மொத்த பேஜையும் நீங்க ஃபில்டர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். There is an option of filtering the entire page. Then I have multiple pages. என்கிட்ட ஒரு 20 பேஜ் இருக்குன்னு வச்சு. Assume I have 20 pages. Assume I have stopped manufacturing a particular product. ஒரு particular product நான் manufacture பண்றது stop பண்ணிட்டு. So that product should not appear in any one of the page. It's appear on the data, but on the product மட்டும் நான் filter பண்ணணும். That product will not be available. I have 200 products. Out of that, one product we are not manufacturing. That product should not appear in any one of the page. எந்த பேஜ்லயே appear ஆகும். Or if I select 2026, all the pages I should get only 2026 report. 2025 na 2024 report மட்டும் வரணும். All the pages. So all the pages should get filtered. That is called as filter on all pages. இங்க இருக்கு this option, filter on all pages. Third type of filtering. So மூணு விதமான filtering இருக்கு. Filtering a visual, filtering a page, filter on all pages. Okay. Don't worry, everything we are going to see in depth. எல்லாத்தையுமே in depth we are going to see one by one. Then there is something called as visualization. Time being, I can collapse this filter also because I need some space. Build visual. So if you want to create a visual, this is where we are going to create a visual. இங்க போய் தான் நாம visual create பண்ண போறோம். So we are going to create a visual here. Second, after creating a visual, if you want to format a visual, ஒரு visual நீங்க format பண்ணணும். Formatting, coloring, conditional formatting, then you have to go to this. Formatting a visual. Third, you want to analyze a visual, but unfortunately that button is hidden. Why that button is hidden is when you create a report, that button may be available. நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு visual create பண்ணீங்கன்னா அந்த button வரும். Below build visual, there are various visual value, drill down, cost report. We'll explore that. That's all part of creating the report. And there will be formatting report and there will be analyzing your report. Analyzing, fixing the target. So if you want to fix the target, or if you want to draw a target line, or you want to forecast something, my 10-month sales is going like this, 10-month production is going like this. What is my 11th month product? What is my 11th month profit? What will be my 11th month revenue? So if you want to forecast something, then we can use this analysis. Third tab. Finally, we have one more thing, that is data. What is this data? Who are all aware of pivot table, they would have seen this. All your column name will be displayed here. Unga column name ella inga display agum. If you are importing some table, all your column name will be displayed. We have to drag and drop the column and we have to create a report. Similar to your pivot. Pivot la apdi column names la, or I think you would have seen it. Column names, drag and drop and we will create a report using the column. Same thing we are going to use here. Drag and drop, we are going to create a reports. Last and final one is this plus. I think you know what is that plus. Plus is used for increasing or decreasing the zoom in and zoom out, zoom percentage. That's all. That's it about the introduction and what are all the elements and what are all the components and what are all the options available in Power BI. Power BI என்னென்ன options, என்னென்ன elements, என்னென்ன components இருக்குன்றத பத்தி மட்டும் நம்ம பார்த்திருக்கோம். Okay? As of now, whatever we have seen, whatever we go, do you have any questions, doubts, queries? Just we have seen only the introduction. The question, doubts, queries, irka? No? Clear? Two reasons for not getting doubts? எல்லாமே தெரிஞ்சிட்டாலும் டவுட் வராது, எதுவும் தெரியலனாலும் டவுட் வராது. ப்ராப்ளம் இஸ் எவ்ரிதிங் யூ கேன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் ஹியர். த சேலஞ்ச் வில் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆஃப்டர் த ட்ரைனிங் செஷன் இஸ் ஓவர். ட்ரைனிங் செஷன் முடிஞ்ச உடனே லேப்டாப் ஓப்பன் பண்ணி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எவ்ரிதிங் வில் பிகேம் blank. No other go, you have to practice it. So after this break, we are going to see how to create a report. Report பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி we have to see some options. There are some workflow. Power BI க்குன்னு ஒரு workflow இருக்கு. We have to follow the workflow and we have to create a report. We have to publish the report. So next, straight away, we are going to start with getting data and publishing the data also. As of now, I am minimizing this Power BI. So we'll go for a short break, tea break. After the tea break, we'll start with the next chapter. So I'm going to pause the video. Just give me a reminder to start the video after this break is over. I'm just recording of the session. Yes. We have seen about the introduction of Power BI. On your desktop, Red Hat laptop on your desktop, maybe the company laptop, maybe Google would have sent a mail. You would have got a zip file. Download the zip file and extract it, unzip it. But on your laptop, rented laptops, there will be a folder. I don't know the folder name is. I think it's a folder name is Mando, right? Your training files. Mando some change out. Training files. Some people are getting training files, some people Mando. Okay. But you should get these files. What are all the files is, I have some extra files, forget it. Maybe you would have not got this extra file. This is exercise. This may not be there. And Power BI, the zipped file, this may not be there. And scores. So these three files may not be there. All the other files should be there. So you should get this orders 07, 01 trans data, 02 revenue analysis, machine feed data, city wise, warehouse sales, employee data. There are some text file, there are some Excel file, there are some PDF files. So these are all the files available. The blue color tick போட்டிருக்கல அந்த ஃபைல்ஸ்லாம் உங்களுக்கு அவைலபிளா இருக்கும். ரெட் may not be available. That's my own files. அது எதுக்கு சொல்லுங்க ஸ்கோர்ஸ் எல்லாம் நோட் பண்ணிருக்க. That's a separate file. So okay, so these are all the files available. எல்லாம் unzip பண்ணி ரெடியா வச்சிருக்கீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். So please do open the first file. The name itself says 01 trans data. Please open that file 01 trans data. There is a file available called as 01 trans data. File இல்லையா? Company laptops. Mail அனுப்பிச்சிருப்பாரு. For the company laptops, I think Google would have sent a mail. Sir, அவருக்கு என்னைக்கு அனுப்பிச்சிருக்காரு? நேற்று அனுப்பிச்சிருக்காராமா சார். யார் கம்பெனி லேப்டாப்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்றீங்க? ரெண்டல் இல்லையா? அப்பா அவராமா. I thought the company laptopsல இல்லைன்னா இல்ல who are all using company laptops here? நீங்க மட்டும் தான் நினைக்கிறேன் சார். உங்க வெர்ஷன் செக் பண்ணிக்கலாம். மார்ச் 26 பவர் பிஐ அப்டேட் பண்ண முடியாது சார். அதனால தான் என் ரெண்டு லேப்டாப் யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. யூ cannot update it. Use this laptops. பழைய வெர்ஷன் வந்து யூ cannot use it. So other people are also using the company laptop. They are using rental laptop. Oh, who are others who are using company laptops? Well, the latest version is March 26. March 26. Check for us. I asked you what is the version. March 26 of Parana, you have to use the rental laptop. அப்புறம் ஒரு டீ பிரேக் லஞ்ச் பிரேக் பண்ணுங்க. சார் ரெண்டு பேரும் பப்ளிஷ் பண்ண முடியாது. கிளாஸ் ஒரே சமயத்தில் ஒன்னா பப்ளிஷ் பண்ண முடியாது. ஒரே சமயத்தில் பப்ளிஷ் பண்ண முடியாது. ஓகே, Everyone has got that files. Please do open the file. Okay. Transaction data. I am opening that file called as transaction data. Please open that file called as transaction data. I can see there are some columns available. Columns I can see invoice number, invoice date, customer type, division, product line, department, transaction, currency, vendor type, cost center, authorization level. It's a little bit a bigger table. Columns we can see there are some columns available here. Invoice number, invoice date, customer type, division, product code. There are some columns available. This data, we are going to put this data into Power BI. In the data, Power BI, we are going to bring this data into Power BI and then we are going to create a report. In the base of which we are going to create some report. Now tell me on a blank one, is there any problem in this data? In the data, is problem or this data is 100% clean? The data clean can I create a report straight away from this data? Maybe in Excel, Power BI, so is my data clean or there is some problem in the data? In a problem, sir. Some of the cells are empty. Where is the empty cell, sir? Payment mode. So there are some empty columns. Maybe, okay. Maybe I would have not received the payment. That's why it's empty, or in some other mode they have not given the payment. Say, okay, there are some empty. Fine. There are some empty rows on the top. Okay. Then, sir, merged cells. Very good. Okay. Then, where is the problem? There are some empty rows also. After 500, there are some empty rows. After 501 till 800, there are some empty rows. So, empty rows. There are some empty rows in between. Okay. Empty rows. So, with this, I am going to create a report. Assume this data I am downloading from SAP, ERP, Oracle. And this happens every day. This data is available till I want to check what is my last row of this data. How do we check the last row of the data? Last row, every check pani pakalana. There are several methods to check which is your last row data. Last row data check pandu. There are various methods available. One is on the Excel, there is an option called as workbook statistics. In the bottom left, workbook statistics maybe it may be hidden. Basically, some system it may be hidden. Old version la hide irko. So latest version the workbook statistics. If you are using 365, that may be available. So, but there is a shortcut key available here. Control end. The workbook statistics the click panina, it will show you which is your last filled row. Unga last filled row where is your last filled row? W 3867 is my last filled cell. If you have that workbook statistics, latest version. I don't know, render laptop what is the version. But we have one more shortcut key method for it. Your keyboard control end key on your keyboard. Just use the shortcut key called as control end. Control end abdinra shortcut key press pannu. When you press control end, yes, you can see my data is ending here. So control end. Sila keyboard la control function end press panna vendida irukum. Some keyboard you have to press control function end. Some keyboards you have to press control end. There is a key called as control end, which will go to the last filled cell. But unfortunately, my last data is available till 3867. But still empty columns it is filling. S, T, U, V, W are all empty. It is taking the empty columns also. The Excel is a problem. I don't know whether you know it. I don't want to disturb this data. Let me open some other Excel file. Now, where or Excel file open. Assume that I will open some other Excel file. So in this Excel file, I have data. If I press control end, Yes, my data is perfectly ending where my data is ending. In data எங்க end ஆகுது 4201, exactly it's ending at 4201. Perfect. But why on the table there is some empty columns? Excel. We are using Excel not only for data analyzing and reporting. We are using Microsoft Excel for everything. எல்லாத்துக்குமே Microsoft Excel யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க. To note down the email address, mobile number note பண்றதுக்கு letter writing லாம் Excel யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. For example, assume that in column number P, just I am going to the column number P, I am typing something here. ஏதோ type பண்றேன். I am typing something and I press enter and then I delete it. ஒரு செகண்ட் கூட I deleted it. So just I entered and I typed something and I deleted it. Now if I press control end, unfortunately where my data is ending is, இங்க பாருங்க, it is ending at column number P. இதுதான் எக்ஸல்ல ஒரு பெரிய ப்ராப்ளம். We will think that we have deleted the data. Unfortunately, the data will not get deleted. That's why your file size is too large. Data ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கும், file size is very large because of this empty columns. So இதே Power BI ல கொண்டு போறீங்க, வேற pivot table கொண்டு போறீங்கன்னா it will slow down your system speed. So we have to clean up the data. We have to make this data into a proper data. That's what we are going to do. That's why we can find there are some empty columns available. அதனால empty columns இருக்கு. And please do remember this row number also. கொஞ்சம் ஞாபகம் வச்சுங்க இந்த row number. The row number is 3867. Just remember, approximately 3800. Approximately it's 3600. Please remember it because there is a very important step on this. Then I'll go to the home, control home. It will go to the very first cell. Now what we are going to do it is this data. I am going to put this data into Power BI and I am going to create a report. In the data தான் நம்ம Power BI ல கொண்டு போய் ரிப்போர்ட்டா மாத்த போறோம். Okay. As I told, we have some workflow. நமக்கு ஒரு workflow இருக்கு. 6 workflows are there, but basically we have 5 workflows. 6th workflow maybe we will see it on the 3rd or 4th day session. Now we have 5 types of workflow. Workflow number 1, get. First what you have to do is you have to get a data. ஒரு டேட்டாவை get பண்ணணும். After getting the data, you have to transform the data. After transforming the data, you have to load the data. First get பண்ணணும், transform பண்ணணும், load பண்ணணும். 4th, report. We have to create a report based on the data. The last one more. In the loading அப்புறம் there is one more subdivision. அதை வந்து we are going to see it on the 3rd day. Maybe probably 2nd day or 3rd day we are going to see that. The loading அப்புறம். As of now we have only these 5 workflows. Finally we are going to publish. This is the workflow which we are going to follow. First get it, transform it, load it, report it and publish it. Get. Could you tell me from where we are going to get the data? Now we are going to get the data from Excel. But normally where we can get the data is, we can get the data from any data source in the world. உலகத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எந்த data source வேணாலும் கொண்டு வரலாம். It should be in table format. Rows, columns இருக்கணும், அவ்வளவுதான். It should be in the table format. It can be anything. It can be a text file. It can be a PDF file. It can be an Excel file. It can be a website. It can be from online. It can be from a picture. Picture கூட you can convert it as a data. Just take a photograph of a picture. Suppose you are filling an attendance sheet which is by row wise and column wise. Take a snap of it, convert it into a data. So any data source in the world can be used here. Any data source in the world. Then after getting the data, second, we are going to transform the data. What is meant by transforming? Transforming means, as I told, there are some empty columns. We have to clean up the columns. We have to clean up the rows. We have to clean up the cells. நீங்க சொன்னீங்களே empty, there are some payment mode like empty are there, rows are empty, columns are empty. We have to clean up. To clean up it, we are going to use a tool called as Power Query. So you are going to use a tool that is Power Query for cleaning up your data. Cleaning up, morning cutting, consolidation. I want to consolidate the data. I want to consolidate multiple files, multiple sheets. I want to write some formulas and functions without writing the formulas and function, without writing the lookup, without writing the if function, without adding, subtracting, multiplying. Everything you can do it in Power Query. Third, load. After transforming, after cleaning up the data, you have to load the data. Where are we going to load the data is, we are going to load the data into Power BI desktop. ஒரு டேட்டாவை கெட் பண்ண போறோம், clean up பண்ணி ப்ராப்பரான யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா ப்ராப்பரான டேட்டாவை கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணிட்டு then we are going to load it to Power BI desktop. Then after loading this data to Power BI desktop, then we are going to create a report. Where are we going to create a report? Once again, we are going to create a report in Power BI desktop. Finally, we will publish the report. Where are we going to publish the report? We are going to publish the report under Power BI services. இன்னைக்கு ஈவினிங்குள்ள by today evening we have to finish all this 5 workflow. இன்னைக்கு ஈவினிங்குள்ள நம்ம இந்த 5 workflowவும் முடிச்சோம், அட்லீஸ்ட் ஃபார் ஒன் டேபிள். ஒரு டேபிள் சிங்கிள் டேபிளுக்கு முடிப்போம். நாளைக்கு மல்டிபிள் டேபிள்ஸ் மல்டிபிள் ஃபைல்ஸை பற்றி வில் see it tomorrow. Okay. In Power BI we have an option. நமக்கு ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கு. We have an option. We can straight away get it and load it. Get பண்ணி load நேராவே பண்ணலாம். There is an option available to get and load the data straight away, but don't do that. Always follow the hierarchy. அந்த hierarchy-யை follow பண்ணிட்டு போங்க. Get, transform and load. That's always better. Now could you tell me, out of this 5 workflow, where are we going to spend more time? இதுல எங்க நம்ம நிறைய டைம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ண போறோம்னு சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். Where are we going to spend a time? Transform liya, publish liya, transform and reporting. Maybe probably more time on transforming. Or 100% la 40% maybe on transforming, 30% maybe on reporting. Other 30% you can split it to get and report. Get one simple, 5% வச்சுக்கலாம். And publishing maybe 10 or 15%. And after publishing we have something called as row level security, splitting, and various options. Okay, loading and getting is very simple. Okay, as you are rightly told, we are going to spend more time on transforming and reporting. So let us do this. Let us start the first workflow, get. Once again, I'm saying, please do follow with me. Whatever I'm seeing on the screen, my screen, you have to see it on your screen also. Now, இதெல்லாம் என் ஸ்கிரீன்ல பார்க்கறனோ உங்க ஸ்கிரீன்ல you have to see the same thing. If you are not able to see it, stop me, ask me there itself. அங்கேயே ஸ்டாப் பண்ணி கேளுங்க. I can repeat it any number of times. Because without getting, you cannot transform. Without transforming, you cannot load. Without loading, we cannot report. Without report, you cannot publish. All are interconnected. So please, any question, basic, silly, stop me and ask me there itself. I can repeat it any number of time instead of discussing within yourself. உங்களுக்குள்ள டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தீங்கன்னா I'll go to the next topic. You may miss your topic. So any doubts, ask me. I can repeat it. That will save the time also. Right? So let us start with getting. Before getting the data, it's better to close that Excel file. And the Excel file close பண்ணி வச்சுக்கிறது better. It's a best practice. Because sometimes when the file is opened, when you are refreshing, when you are doing something, it may throw an error. The file is already opened by some other user. You cannot do some activity. So please do close that Excel file. And the Excel file close பண்ணிக்கங்க. I have closed it. Come to Power BI now. Basically, several methods are available. Basically, there are 3 methods to get your data. Basic 3 methods to get the data. Method number 1, file. So there is an office button called as file. Under file, there is an option called as get data. File குள்ள போனீங்கன்னா get data ன்னு ஒன்று இருக்கும். Method number 1. Go to file and click on get data. Just to click on this get data, There are most commonly used, frequently used data sources are available. Excel, Power BI semantic model, Dataflow, SQL Server, Azure. There are various format. But still, if you are not okay, I want to connect it to some other data source. My data source is not in the list. Can I connect it to some other data source? Yes, of course. There is an option available here. Get data to get started. If I click this, all the data source in the world, உலகத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா data sourceம் இங்கே display ஆகும். All the data source in the world will be displayed here. All the data source. So suppose I want to connect it through an SAP or an Oracle. So let us go to this search box here and just type SAP. Yes, SAP data model is available, but you should get the email ID and password to connect it. And the SAP or the email ID password, and you need a permission for that to connect it also. So in the SAP password, you will connect it, but 99.99% you will not get it. Because you cannot connect it through your original source. Original source connect because not only for your company, I'm saying most of the corporates, they will not give you the permission to straight away to connect it to your original source database. What Microsoft is doing it already, tier 1 company, they have started using it. They have created a model called as OneLake. OneLake with fabric. Fabric or Windows Madri. OneLake no concept. OneLake is which will have a replica of your source data. Original source data or a mirror image. Original data or replica. So you can access that source data, not source data, the replica data. And the data copy and data use. Original data will be as it is. Original data will not get disturbed. So most of the problem is happening. Original data access corrupt hack and the problems. They have created this model called as OneLake, which will have just a image, mirror image or replica of your original data. But on OneLake, you have to buy for that OneLake. So as of now, you cannot do that. Excel whereas you download use So we are not going to use this SAP as of now. This is method number 1. Method number 2. Home tab under home tab. If I go to the home tab, also there is an option called as get data. The home tab get data, Excel workbook, OneLake catalog. This is a OneLake which you can connect it to your original source. SQL, enter data, Dataverse. Dataverse in the Power Automate Power App. That's a database. So you can go to home tab and you can get data. Second method. This is the method number 2. Method number 3. Method number 3, on your canvas area, there is an option called as get data. So 3 methods to get the data. File get data, home get data, and get data from the other sources. There are 3 methods. Whichever method is easier, whichever method is convenient, you can go for it. But my recommended method, my suggested method is the second one. Not suggest the second one. Because this one, this third method, this may not be available permanently here. It may not be always available. I have already loaded a table. One more table I want to load. Then we cannot use this. This may not be available. But this option will be permanently visible here. And the advantage is the frequently used Excel database is straight away available. And the recent data source is also straight away available. Now, adikadi use pandra data source anga varum. So, I recommend the second one. Out of the 3, you can use anything, but my recommendation is second. So I follow the second one. Home tab, get data, Excel workbook. Home tab get data, Excel workbook, or straight away you can click on Excel workbook. Or can I see the other data source? Not only SAP, ERP, Oracle. Yes, more. Click on more. All the data sources will be listed here. Okay. But now I use the Excel now. So go to Home tab, Excel workbook. And browse that Excel file and select that Excel file. So you morning download the file, please select it. 01 transaction data. 01 transaction data. That's my file. Click it. Open. It will come to the navigator screen. Navigator screen ku vandarum. Hope everyone has landed here. எல்லாருமே இந்த ஸ்கிரீனுக்கு வந்துட்டீங்களா? Any challenges? Any problems? Any questions? Any queries? Until this, நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி step by step பண்ணுங்க. If you are not able to do one step, stop me, ask me there itself. I can repeat it any number of times. Okay? எல்லாம் இங்க லேண்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு இல்லையா? Very good. Okay, we have 3 options available here. 3 options. Load, transform, cancel. But the load and transform is graded out, it's deactivated. Could you tell me why it's graded out, why it's deactivated? Because we didn't select the table. Actually, என்னுடைய டாப்ல பாருங்க, this is the transaction data, this is my file name. இது என்னுடைய file name, இது என்னுடைய sheet name. This is my sheet name, this is my file name. So you have to select that sheet. You have to select the sheet. But you can ask me which I can select. இங்க ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் வருது, my file name and data. And one more option, Power BI is suggesting something here. Power BI is suggesting table 1. இதை நீங்க select பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லு. Power BI is suggesting some table. Can I go with the table suggested by Power BI or can I select the original source data? My recommendation is do not select this. என்னகிட்ட இது நான் வேண்டான்னு சொல்லுவேன். Reason why is the original data, assume in the original Excel file, don't open it. நான் open பண்ணி காமிச்சறேன், don't open it. Assume I have filtered a particular area. இப்போ ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு I have filtered only a particular department. நான் production department மட்டும் filter பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கேன். அப்படின்னா what Power BI will think is they have filtered only the department, particular department, so they want only that particular department data. அதனால தான் filter பண்ணி வச்சிருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி only that table will be displayed here. நம்ம filter பண்ண table மட்டும் அங்க display ஆகும். Suppose I take a printout of a table. ஒரு table printout எடுத்திருக்கேன். I took it, this is going for 3000 rows. I took a printout of only first 1000 rows. So Power BI என்ன திங்க் பண்ணிக்கும், they have took a printout of only 1000. அதுக்கு மட்டும் பேஜ் செட்டப் அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்காங்க. They want only that 1000 rows. அப்படின்னு இந்த 1000 rows மட்டும் எடுத்துக்கும். So it will not take the entire database. So I recommend, please do select this. Click this. But still it's not selected. Still this load and transform is graded out. Why? நாம இங்க டிக் பண்ணணும். Yes. Now tell me, I have 3 options: load, transform and cancel. நான் எது பண்ணணும்? Load will go to, load கொடுத்தா எங்க போகும்? Load கொடுத்தா எங்க போகும்? Power BI desktop. Transform will go to Power Query. So நீங்க சொன்னதுதான் கரெக்ட். I told you அந்த 5 workflowல நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, there is an option of skipping your Power Query. So always go with Power Query and do it. Always. Please do remember it. Always go with the Power Query. So click on transform data. Yes. Now it will land into Power Query editor. I hope everyone has landed into the Power Query editor now. எல்லாருமே பவர் query எடிட்டருக்கு வந்துட்டீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். எனி சேலஞ்சஸ் still now? Please take some time. பவர் queryல கொஞ்சம் டைம் எடுத்துக்கிறதுல பிரச்சனை இல்லை, because that's more important, more vital here. So you have to take some time. ஏதாவது question, queries, doubts இருந்தா நான் multiple times I'm saying please ask me. I can repeat it any number of times. எத்தனை தடவை வேணாலும் ரிப்பீட் பண்றேன். Okay. Yes. இங்க இந்த பவர் queryல what are we going to do? Clean up னு சொல்லிட்டேன், transform னு சொல்லிட்டேன். என்ன transform பண்ண போறீங்க? What are the things you are going to clean up here? 4 things you have to check. 4 விஷயத்தை நீங்க check பண்ணணும். What are all the 4 things you have to check? First, green. அது என்ன green? What is that green? I will explain in another few minutes. Green இருக்கணும் உங்க டேட்டா. If not green, அப்படி green இல்லையா, at least not red. Red இல்லாம பார்த்துக்கணும். Green இல்லைனா கூட பரவாயில்ல. If it is not green also, no problem. Red இருக்கக்கூடாது. That's more important. No reds. There should not be a red. Green இல்லைனா கூட ஓகே தான். But green இருக்கிறது better. If your data is green, that's better. But if it is not green, at least not red. Red இல்லாம பார்த்துக்கணும். What is that green? What is that red? I will explain in another few minutes. Second, heading. Your table heading should be correct. Your table heading correct இருக்கணும். Third, data type. Your data type should be correct. What is the data type? I will explain. Fourth one is an optional. First three mandatory. Fourth one is optional. What is that optional? Remove unwanted. This one is optional. If you are not removing also, no problem. Remove unwanted. நீ unwanted remove பண்ணனால ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. Still it will work. But the problem is your system will become very slower. Your file size will get increased. ஏன்னா unwantedலாம் தேவையில்லாமல் லோட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா it may increase your file size. Unwanted can be empty, can be data also. சில சமயத்தில் unwanted empty காலமாக கூட இருக்கலாம். சில சமயத்தில் unwanted data இருக்கிற காலமாக கூட இருக்கலாம். For example, I have customer data. In customer data, I have email address. Email address is not required for reporting. Report பண்றதுக்கு email address வேண்டாம். அதனால நீங்க அதை remove பண்ணிக்கலாம். So the மாதிரி unwanted columns, unwanted rows, unwanted tables can be removed. Okay. So these four things you have to check. இந்த 4 நாள்ல நீங்க இதை explain பண்ண போறீங்க. You are going to explain. First part I will explain. அதுக்கப்புறம் you are going to help me here. So green, heading, data type, remove the unwanted. Okay. Let us check that. First, let us start with green. The green இல்லையான்னு எப்படி செக் பண்ணலாம்? How do we check whether my data is green or not? So நீங்க Power Query open பண்ணிட்டீங்க. You have landed into Power Query. On the left hand side, you can see this is my table name or this is my sheet name. Centerல you can see these are all your column headings. Right sideல query settings ஒன்று இருக்கு. Very important. ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு கான்செப்ட். This query settings. We'll see what is that query settings in another few minutes. So first let us start with that green. Below every column heading, ஒவ்வொரு column heading கீழே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா you can see a line is penetrating. ஒரு சின்ன line ஒன்று பாஸ் ஆகுது பாருங்க. That line should be green. But unfortunately that line is not green. There is some gray also. இங்க பாருங்க some gray. So 3 color you will get it here. இந்த ஏரியால நமக்கு 3 color கிடைக்கும். First is of course the green. Green is no problem at all. The data is perfectly clear. Second, you may get a gray. There is some problem in the data, but it can be solved. ஏதோ பிரச்சனை இருக்கு, but அந்த ப்ராப்ளத்தை நம்ம சால்வ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Second, gray. Third one is red. There is a very big problem. Unfortunately, we cannot solve it here. It can be solved only on your source table. இல்ல அந்த டேட்டாவை ரிமூவ் பண்ணிடணும். Either remove the data or solve பண்றதுனா you have to solve it only on your source original table. So 3 colors you will get it here: green, gray, red. As of now, you are getting only 2 colors, green and gray. When I place the cursor, why there is a green? Yeah, green or why there is a gray? Of course, green, you know what is the reason behind it. Green is it's perfectly clear. So let me place the cursor over that green or a gray. And the green gray correct be cursor வைங்க. You have to exactly place the cursor on the green or gray. So now you are getting a message here. There is a message displayed on the bottom, and the green gray cursor vechina, it's displaying a message that it says 982 datas are valid, that is green, 0 error, that is red, 18 empty, that is gray. 982 plus 18 put together, eவ்வளவு rows? 1000. But do we have 1000 rows in my data? In data 1000 தான் இருக்கா? More than? அதனால ஞாபகம் வச்சு சொன்னேன். We have more than 3800 something rows are there. But why? It is displaying only 1000. ஏன் இங்க 1000 தான் வருது? Space 3 lines. 3 cells. 18. Empty is 18. End up with 18. Data is 982 plus put together 1000 now. ஆனா எனக்கு 3800. அந்த செல்ஸ் வந்து ஃப்ரண்ட்ல இருந்த செல்ஸ். ஃப்ரண்ட்ல 18 இருக்கு. இல்ல சார். Only 2 3 some only 6 or 8 or 9 or 8 zeros are there. Only 8. Divisions 6. By default, Power Query will take only. Suppose you are manufacturing thousands of product or 10,000 product you manufacture பண்றீங்க. Out of the 10,000 I want to check only the first 1000. First 1000 check பண்ணிட்டு if first 1000 is okay, all the 10,000 should be okay. தமிழ்ல I don't know whether everyone know. தமிழ்ல ஒரு பழமொழி கூட இருக்கு தெரியுமா? அந்த பழமொழி அதுதான் ஒர்க் ஆகுது. ஒரு பானை சோத்து ஒரு சோறு பதம் சொல்லுவாங்க. அதாவது ஃபுல்லுத்தையும் செக் பண்ண வேண்டாம், கொஞ்சம் ஒரு கை எடுத்து செக் பண்ண. ஃபுட் யூ கேன் செக் ஒன்லி a small one, and if you check it is good, that the entire food should be good. அந்த கான்செப்ட், சேம் கான்செப்ட். So Power Query is working on the same concept. It will check only with the first 1000 rows, and it is checking the data with the first 1000 rows is okay, all the data should be okay. அந்த கான்செப்ட் எல்லாம் Power Query work ஆகுது. But I cannot say every time this concept is correct. இது சொல்ல முடியாது. Sometime I may get a problem in 5000 rows. I may get a problem in 12,000 rows. So better anyway for this data, in the data life ஒரு தடவை தான் you are going to use this Power Query to check the column quality. Better to check the entire data set. That's my suggestion. என்னோட suggestion என்னன்னா, better to check the entire data set because I may get a problem in 5000 rows. But it will check with the 1000 rows. But load பண்ணும்போது entire data will be loaded. Clear பண்ணும்போது entire data will be cleared. Checking தான். Quality checking, it is checking only with the 1000, but I want to check with the entire data set. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணலாம்? Very simple. On the bottom, on your status bar on the bottom here, இங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா you can see it shows column proofing is based on top 1000 rows, but I don't want top 1000 rows. I want to check with all the rows available. Click here. அங்க ஒரு பட்டன் இருக்கு, click there and go for column proofing based on entire data set. I click this. Yes. Now if I place the cursor over here, yes, we are getting 6801 are valid, 65 are empty. One row is your title. ஒரு row வந்து உங்க title, அது சேர்க்காம there are 3801 plus 67 plus one row is your title. Okay, but as I told you are manufacturing 10,000 product. I am checking with first 1000 product. It's very easy, simple, faster. But I want to check all the 10,000 products. நீங்க குவாலிட்டி செக் பண்ணும்போது முதல் 1000 ப்ராடக்ட்டுக்கு குவாலிட்டி செக் பண்ணி அனுப்பிச்சிடுறீங்க, வேகமா முடிஞ்சிடும். பட் 10,000 ப்ராடக்ட்டையும் நீங்க குவாலிட்டி செக் பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? குவாலிட்டி கரெக்டா செக் பண்ணி ஓகே, பட் இட் வில் டேக் சம் டைம் ஆகும். கண்டிப்பா 10,000 ப்ராடக்ட் நான் ஒன்னா செக் பண்ணி பார்த்து டைம் ஆகும். சேம் ப்ராசஸ் ஹியர். If the data is too large, I have 1 lakh rows or 10 lakh rows, it may take some time to check the column quality. But better, நீங்க ஒரு தடவை டைம் ஆனாலும் பரவாயில்ல, better first time please do check the column quality for the entire data set. Entire data setக்கு நீங்க column quality check பண்றது better. That's my suggestion. So I want to check the entire column quality, so I click here Please verify that. இங்க 999 plus இருந்துச்சுனாலே it's more than 1000 அர்த்தம். There is a 999 rows-நாலே more than 1000. So whenever it's more than 1000, first time I recommend to check with the entire data set. That's my suggestion. என்னோட suggestion அது, your wish. Right. Now, கீழே வாங்க. ஆமா, மேபி சரியா லோட் ஆயிருக்காது. கெட் டேட்டா திரும்ப அந்த ஃபைலை செலக்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா யூ வில் கெட் இட். க்ளோஸ் பண்ணு, ஃபுல்லாவே க்ளோஸ் பண்ணு. ஓகே, பட் ஐ ஃபீல் placing the cursor here it's little bit tough for me. ஏன்னா ஒவ்வொரு தடையும் கர்சரை கொண்டு போய் அங்க வச்சுட்டு செக் பண்ணணும். Is there any easiest solution? I can get the column quality straight away. Go to the tab called as view. View nu or tab irukku paru. Go to the view tab. Under view tab, column quality. Just to make a tick on this column quality. The column quality or tick அடிச்சிடுங்க. Automatically you will get the column quality on the bottom of every column. ஒவ்வொரு காலத்துக்கு கீழேயும் அந்த green-ஆ red-ஆ gray-ஆன்றது காமிச்சிடும். How many are, unfortunately it will show it in a percentage. But when you place the cursor, now it's not required you have to place the cursor exactly on the green. You can place the cursor anywhere else on this area. In the area la enga cursor vechaலும் okay தான். It's not required you have to place it on this here. So two advantage, one is the column quality is displayed straight away. Another one is you can place the cursor anywhere and you can check your column quality. Okay. Sir, are you getting it now? Right. Second, I want to know, for an example, let me take some column. Maybe this department name, product line, text column. Don't take the numerical value. Take the column where we have some text values. For example, let us take the department column. The department column, I click it. I want to get more information about this department. Just for information, I want to get more information. Select that column number 6. You can select column number 5, 4 also. That's your wish. I'm selecting column number 6. Go to the view tab. Under view tab, there is an option called as column profile. Column profile. Just enable the column profile. On the bottom, you can see it shows me the column profile. What is the count of value? How many errors are there? How many empties are there? How many distinct? Distinct means there are 7 department names available. How many uniques are there? How many empty string? Minimum, maximum. Minimum, maximum is not based on your data. Minimum, maximum is alphabetically. Alphabetically, D comes first. The department name D comes first. Alphabetically, quality Q comes last. That's why it's showing at the last. It doesn't mean that quality is having more value. It just says minimum and maximum. Inge minimum maximum is alphabetically minimum and maximum. Where is the column check panni parunga. Suppose I select the column called as product line. Here you can see accessories and transmission is maximum. Actually maximum enga accessories is maximum, transmission kammiya irukku. So but it's giving this minimum maximum, don't confuse with that. Minimum and maximum is alphabetically which is lowest, alphabetically which is highest. Alphabetical order la edu first, alphabetical order la which is last. But I recommend whenever required இதை tick பண்ணுங்க, otherwise untick it. இது எப்பயுமே ஓப்பனா இருக்கிறது I don't recommend. It may slow down your system process. ஒவ்வொரு இந்த calculation நடந்துகிட்டே இருக்கும். If the data is too large, it may slow down your system process. So please uncheck this. Whenever if you want to check something, select it and check it. மற்ற சமயத்துல uncheck பண்ணி வச்சிருங்க, அது நல்ல practice. Okay. Third, right side. Query settings. There is something called as query settings. On the query settings, by default, there are 4 steps already added by Power Query. Power Query automatically தானாவே ஒரு 4 step add பண்ணிடுச்சு. It will be added. Some it will be adding only one step, சிலதுல 3 step, சிலது 4 step இருக்கும். So don't worry, that is added by Power Query. Unfortunately, unknowingly, if you have closed this Power Query settings, தெரிஞ்சோ தெரியாமலோ நீங்க இந்த Power Query settings க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னு வச்சுங்களேன், நம்மளோட ரெகுலர் ஹேபிட்டே அதுதான். ஏதாவது மெனு வந்தா நம்மளுடைய முதல் வேலை என்னது, அது க்ளோஸ் பண்றது. எந்த மெனு வந்தாலும் முதல் வேலையை நம்ம க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடுவோம். If you have closed this, no problem, you can get it back. Go to the view tab. Under view tab there is query settings. The view tab la poi query settings click பண்ணீங்கன்னா that will appear on the right hand side. What is the purpose and what is the usage of this query settings? Whatever you are going to do after this, இதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க என்னென்னலாம் பண்ண போறீங்களோ, whatever you are going to do after this, it will be noted here step by step by Power Query. நீங்க பண்றதெல்லாம் step by step Power Query இங்க நோட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே வரும். Suppose I am going to remove all the empty rows, I am going to remove all the empty columns. இந்த மாதிரி என்னென்னலாம் whatever you are going to do, that will be noted by Power Query here. நீங்க தான் சொல்லலாம், could you tell me what is the purpose or what is the use, why Power Query is noting down? நம்ம பண்றதெல்லாம் ஏன் Power Query இங்க நோட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே வருது, அதனால என்ன பர்பஸ், என்ன அட்வான்டேஜ் சொல்லுங்க. இந்த ஃபைல் ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணும்போதா ஆல்ரெடி இதை இங்க நோட் பண்ணிட்டே வந்துச்சு. இந்த ஃபைலை திருப்பி ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணும்போது திருப்பி ரிப்பீட் ஆக முடியும். Literally 90% what he said is similar. But இது என்ன ஆகும், this activity is already happened to my existing data. ஒரு 3600 rows இது ஆல்ரெடி நடந்துச்சு. My data is available till March 31 வரைக்கும் தான் இருக்கு. Now I am going to add the April, May month, June month. I am going to add the data further. Whatever the steps you did it, that will be automatically added to your new data also. ஒவ்வொரு தடவையும் உட்கார்ந்து நீங்க clean up பண்ண வேணாம். Don't clean up the data here. As I told, lifetime only once you are going to clean up. Further you are going to just upload the data and leave it. மத்ததெல்லாம் Power Query பார்த்துக்கும். All the cleaning up process will be done automatically by the Power Query for the future data. இனிமேல் வரப்போற டேட்டாவுக்கும் Power Query and the cleaning வேலைலாம் அதுவே தானா பார்த்துரும். No need for cleaning up it every time. இது first advantage. வேற என்ன advantage? வேற என்ன advantage? Why it is noting down? Not only in Power Query, when I do this in Excel also, I don't know whether you have seen it. Excel லயும் நீங்க என்னென்ன பண்றீங்க, whatever you are doing here, Excel will note it down. கரெக்டா, நான் இப்ப பண்றது எல்லாமே Excel நோட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே வரும். I don't know whether you have seen it. இங்க டாப்ல போனீங்கன்னா சேவ் அன்டு ரீடு இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த அண்டுல போய் ஆரோ மார்க்கை கிளிக் பண்ணீங்கன்னா you can see whatever the steps I did, it's noting down. இதனால என்ன பர்பஸ், why it is noting down here? இதை நோட் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கிறதுனால தான் we can use a feature called as undo. தெரியாம தப்பா பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா you can use this undo. Control Z undo பண்ணியோ நீங்க பண்ணலாம் எக்ஸல்ல. Same process here. If you did some mistake, you can undo that process by using this. இங்க இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் நீங்க undo பண்ணிக்கலாம். But how long can we use the undo in Excel? Excelல எது வரைக்கும் undo பண்ணலாம் சொல்லுங்க போல, any idea? எது வரைக்கும் நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணி Excel, Word, PowerPoint? Last save. Are you sure? Confirmed? அதாவது சேவ் பண்ண அப்புறம் undo பண்ண முடியாதுன்னு சொல்றீங்க இல்லையா? நான் இப்ப இந்த ஃபைலை சேவ் பண்றேன். Until you close the file. சேவ் பண்ண அப்புறமா undo பண்ணலாம். After saving also you can undo it. I don't know whether you know it. நீங்க பண்றீங்களோ இல்லையா, every 10 minutes file will get saved. கரெக்டா? every 10 minutes சேவ் ஆகும். அது பார்த்தா நீங்க அண்டுவே பண்ண முடியாது. அந்த கான்செப்ட் வச்சுட்டீங்கன்னா சேவ் பண்ண அப்புறம் நீங்க undo பண்ணலாம். அவர் சொன்ன மாதிரி until you close the file. இந்த ஃபைலை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா then we cannot use the undo process. But the Power Query, whatever the steps you are doing, that is permanently stored here. Lifelong இங்க இருக்கும். Lifelong. ஒரு 10 years later you want to come here and you want to see the steps. உங்க ஹிஸ்டரி நீங்க பாத்துக்கலாம், என்னென்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம் Power Queryல. or now I am doing it, I want to open it after 5 years, 10 years, 1 year. எப்போ வேணாலும் ஓப்பன் பண்ணி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா all your steps will be available here. That's the advantage of using Power Query. இன்னும் நிறைய அட்வான்டேஜஸ் இருக்கு. we will do it one by one. பண்ணுவோம். இப்போ cleanup process ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண போறோம். we are going to start the cleanup process now. Until this, any questions, doubts, queries? Can we start the cleaning up process here? பண்ணலாமா? Yes. First நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன், எல்லாத்தையும் green-ஆ மாத்த போறேன். I want to change everything as green because there is some gray. Power Query is saying there is some problem in your data. உங்க டேட்டால ஏதோ பிரச்சனைன்னு Power Query சொல்லுது. That's okay. Will it give a solution for it? அதுக்கான சொல்யூஷனை கொடுக்குமான்னு கேட்டா yes, it will give you the solution. It will give you the solution சொல்ல முடியாது, maybe suggestion. When I place the cursor over here, you can see it says there is a solution. There is some empty rows. We can remove the empty. In a solution, empty. If you are not able to, in the solution, I am not satisfied. Can I use any other option? Yes. In the 3 dot you will get some features. Anga ponalum you will get some suggestion. You will get some suggestion also there. So cursor vachina ingiye irukku remove empty, or you can go to the 3 dotted. There also we can find some suggestion. Copy, keep duplicates, keep errors, remove duplicates, remove empty, remove errors, replace errors. But as I told, always it may not give you the right suggestion. எப்பயுமே பவர் கொரியோ மைக்ரோசாஃப்ட் எக்ஸலோ இல்ல கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸோ எப்பயுமே கரெக்டான சஜஷன் கொடுக்குமானா நோ, இட் மே கிவ் யூ சம்டைம்ஸ் ராங் சஜஷன் ஆல்சோ. So I am not going to use this suggestion. What I am going to do is very simple. Go to the home tab. Under home tab, I think you would have asked this, is the Power Query a separate software? Not at all. It's inbuilt along with the Power BI. Power BI கூடவே அங்க கர்சரை கொண்டு போய் வச்சீங்கன்னா 2 விண்டோ ஓபன் ஆகுது பாருங்க. ஒன்னு Power BI desktop, இன்னொன்னு Power Query editor. Both are same software. It's not a separate software. It's opening on the background. So Power Query ஓட எல்லா ஃபீச்சரும் முடிச்சிட்டு then load it to Power BI. Now don't go to Power BI straight away. You can go but don't do that. It may collapse your data. Better to finish everything and then load it. So I want to remove the empty. What is the best method? Home tab. There is a feature called as remove rows. Under remove rows, I prefer to go with this remove blank rows. Remove rows la poite remove blank rows. Home ku porom. Home la poite remove rows. Under remove rows, we can see there is a feature called as remove blank rows. Could you tell me what is the difference between the earlier one? Earlier as remove blank and kuduthachi, but I told you I am not suggesting that. I am suggesting this feature. Why? Anga remove blank, sir. Idhula 1 by 1 select pannuva. Yeah. Idhula illa. Oru cell select panni adha andha kaalathoda blank kaalathoda idu mottum adha remove agum. Idhula pona oru full blank row set la remove agum. எப்படி சொல்றீங்க? இத கிளிக் பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்னு சொல்றீங்க? இந்த ரோஸ்லாம் டெலீட் ஆயிடும். பட் அதுல ஃபுல்லா blank-ஆ இருந்தா மட்டும் ரிமூவ். அதுல முன்னாடி பண்ணது அதான் ப்ராப்ளம். நீங்க சொன்னதுதான் கரெக்ட். சோ ரிமூவ் blank-னா அர்த்தம் if the total row is empty this will get deleted. பட் முன்னாடி பண்ணது அவர் சொன்னாரு பாருங்க பேமெண்ட் மோட். அந்த பேமெண்ட் மோட்ன்ற செல்லுல ஏதோ ஒரு எம்டி இருந்துச்சு. அந்த ரிமூவ் blank-ன்றது even this also will get deleted. But there will be a problem. So better to go with remove blank rows. Don't use remove blanks. Let us go to home tab. Let us go to remove rows. Under remove rows, remove blank rows. Yes. All the blank rows are getting deleted. Now more green. Opening another green paakalam. Almost your data has turned into a green here. Ipo unga data green ah maarichu parunga. Most of the column has turned into green. One more change has happened. Could you tell me what is the change has happened here? இன்னொரு பெரிய change நடந்திருக்கு. என்ன change? ஒண்ணு எல்லாமே green-ஆ மாறிச்சு. That is okay. One more changes. Very good. On the applied steps, query settings, you can see there is a step applied here. Removed blank rows. அப்படின்னு ஒரு step apply ஆயிருக்கு. Unknowingly you removed it. Can I get it back again? இந்த step நான் undo பண்ண முடியுமா? Yes, of course you can undo it. Excel control Z use பண்ணீங்க to undo it. Unfortunately in Power Query you cannot use control Z. You have to go here, you have to remove this manually. Manually போயிட்டு அங்க into mark போட்டு தான் நீங்க remove பண்ணணும். You cannot remove it straight away. Control, sorry, not shortcut key. You have to remove it. But Power Queryல ஒரு advantage இருக்கு. Before removing this blank row, suppose I did it. நான் இதை பண்ணிட்டேன். I did it. I am sending this file to someone else. My colleague, my subordinates, யாருக்கும் அனுப்புறேன். Or someone else did it and they are sending back to me. அவங்க எனக்கு அனுப்புறாங்க. I don't know what they did. இங்க என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்கன்னு எனக்கே தெரியல. Even I forgot what I did here. இங்க blank rows remove பண்ணிருக்கமே, ஏன் remove பண்ணிருக்கோம்? Before blank rows, how was my data? After blank rows, how was my data? I want to check it. Yes. என்ன பண்ணலாம்? Before the step, இந்த ஸ்டெப்புக்கு முன்னாடி just போய் ஒரு கிளிக் அடிங்க. ஸ்டெப்புக்கு முன்னாடி. So before the step, make a click. My data looks like this before removing the empty rows. Empty rows remove பண்றது மாதிரி என் data இப்படி இருந்தது. After removing the empty rows, my data looks like this. So இதெல்லாம் எக்ஸல்ல நீங்க பண்ண முடியாது. அண்டு தான். அவ்வளவுதான். அண்டு பண்ணா எப்படி இருக்கும்? அண்டு பண்ணதுக்கு முன்னாடி எப்படி இருந்தது அப்படின்னா நீங்க எக்ஸல்ல பார்க்க முடியாது. அண்டு பண்ணீங்கன்னா அண்டு பண்ணிட்டு போயிடும், அவ்வளவுதான். So here you can check it. How was my data before the removing the blank rows? How was my data after removing the blank rows? Another advantage is even you can give some meaningful name for the steps. எனக்கு இப்போ புரியுது. மேபி ஒரு 1 year கழிச்சு ஓபன் பண்றாரா, I am sending to someone else. What we did, இங்க என்ன பண்ணனும்னு எனக்கு புரியல. So என்ன பண்ணலாம்? Right click on this. Rename it. Right click பண்ணி rename. And give some meaningful name for the steps. இந்த ஸ்டெப்புக்கு ஒரு மீனிங்ஃபுல்லா நேம் கொடுத்துருங்க. புரியுற மாதிரி. For example, I am giving some name. Deleted all the empty rows. Empty rowsலாம் நாம delete பண்ணிட்டோம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு மீனிங்ஃபுல்லா எனக்கு புரியுற மாதிரி ஒரு பேர் கொடுத்துட்டேன். For my understanding, I have given a different name. Okay. Can I load this data now? My data is clean. இப்போ என் டேட்டா கிளீனா இருக்கா, நான் லோட் பண்ணலாமா? I asked you to check 4 things. எல்லாத்தும் கிளீனா இருக்கா? இப்போ கிரீன்லாம் போயிடுச்சு. ஹெட்டிங் கரெக்டா இருக்கு. டேட்டா டைப்லாம் கரெக்டா இருக்கா? ஹெட்டிங்ல ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கு. காலம் 9க்கு மேல எம்டியா இருக்கா? அது சில செல்ஸ் எம்டி இருக்கு. அது பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி முதல்ல ஹெட்டிங்கை கிளீன் அப் பண்ணிடுவோம். அதான் பெஸ்ட் ஹெட்டிங். இப்போ பாருங்க, there is some heading problem. Actually, which should be the heading of my table? Invoice number should be the heading. Invoice date should be the heading. Customer type should be the heading. இதுதான் என்னோட டேபிளோட ஹெட்டிங்கா வரணும். Unfortunately, it's not taking the heading. So எனக்கு இந்த ஹெட்டிங்கை ப்ரமோட் பண்ணணும். I want to promote this heading. How can I promote the heading? Heading எப்படி ப்ரமோட் பண்ணலாம்? 2 methods to do it. 2 methods. Method number 1, in the left hand side corner, and one more small tip or one more small warning is always in the step up, whatever the steps you are going to do, please do it after the last step. கடைசி ஸ்டெப்புக்கு அப்புறம் பண்ணுங்க. Don't do it somewhere else on the middle of your step. நடுவுல போய் எதுவும் பண்ணிடாதீங்க. Then your hierarchy may get collapsed. ஏன்னா இதுக்கப்புறம் இதுன்னு ஒரு ஆர்டரா போயிட்டு இருக்கு. நீங்க அந்த ஆர்டர்ல நடுவுல போய் பண்ணீங்கன்னா everyone may anyway it will throw a error காமிக்கும். You are disturbing the step, you are adding one step, your data may get collapsed னு error வரும். But still okay கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா your data may get collapsed. So careful. Last stepல கர்சர் வச்சுக்கோங்க. Always place it the cursor on the last step. Then go for ரெண்டு மெத்தட் இருக்கு to make this header as the top one. இங்க arrow mark இருக்கு. Arrow mark available on the left hand side corner. Click it and go for use first row as header. அந்த arrow markல போயிட்டு use first row as the header. This is method number 1. Method number 2, home tab lo ponalum angiyum or option under the home tab also you can see there is an option, use first row as the header. இல்ல ஏதாவது ஒன்னு பண்ணுங்க, don't do both. ரெண்டுத்தையும் பண்ணி விட்டுறாதீங்க, ரெண்டு ஹெட்டிங் மேல போயிடும். Be careful, don't do twice. Any one of this, either this or that. Don't do both. ரெண்டு தடவை பண்ணீங்கன்னா ரெண்டு ஹெட்டிங் மேல போயிடும். இன்வாய்ஸ் டேட் மேல போயிடும், அப்புறம் அந்த டேட் மேல போயிடும். One the datum will turn into the top here. So do it only once here. If you are going to help me or suggest me here, 2 changes would have happened. The பெரிய change இங்க நடந்திருக்கும் after doing this step. Let me do this. Use first row. எனக்கு எப்பவுமே I always prefer to go with the menus. நீங்க எது வேணாலும் யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. I prefer to go with menus. You can go here also, your wish. Use first row as the header. Yes, the heading has been promoted, but ஒரு ரெண்டு பெரிய change நடந்திருக்கு. The heading is promoted. Invoice number is the heading of the table. Invoice date is the heading of the table. Customer type, division, product line, department, that has turned into heading of the table. Perfect. But இன்னொரு பெரிய change நடந்திருக்கு. You have to tell me what is the change. Change type 1 ன்னு ஒன்று வந்திருக்கு. சூப்பர் சார். பட் அது என்ன பண்ணிருக்கு சார்? என்னவா பண்ணிருக்கு சார்? சூப்பர். காலத்தோட டைப்பை மாத்திருக்கு. என்னவா மாத்திருக்கு? அதுக்கு முன்னாடி எப்படி இருந்தது, அதுக்கப்புறம் எப்படி இருக்கு? Super sir, very good. What he said is perfectly correct. This is the power or advantage of using this power query. Power query நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றல மெயின் அட்வான்டேஜ். அவர் சொன்ன மாதிரி இதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஸ்டெப்ல பிஃபோர் த ஸ்டெப் வாட் ஹஸ் ஹேப்பன்ட் இஸ் invoice number is ABC 123, but the invoice after this step invoice number has turned into ABC. Invoice date has turned into calendar. Calendar மாதிரி ஒன்னு வந்திருக்கு பாருங்க. The calendar means, the calendar என்ன சொல்றதுன்னா that means it's a date. அதே மாதிரி when I place the cursor here it shows the ABC, that means it's a text. So எங்கெல்லாம் text காமிக்கும், எங்கெல்லாம் நம்பரோ it will turn into a number. Wherever we have the date it will turn into a date format. 90% this power query will convert it. 90% இது convert பண்ணிடும். 90%. அது என்ன 10% power query convert பண்ணாது. Sometimes power query ஆலே recognize பண்ண முடியும். Sometimes power query may not recognize. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணலாம்? Hybrid. We can step into that. We can give second chance to power query. First chance we are checking here, it has converted data type perfectly. இங்க perfect இருக்குது. Suppose assume this data was not turned into a proper date format. Power query சரியா மாத்தல அப்படின்னா second chance கொடுக்க போறோம். Not now. Today we will do that. Not for this data. இந்த data கிடையாது. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பண்ண போறோம். Transform. Go to the transform tab. There is an option available. Detect data type. Second chance. We are giving second chance to power query. அப்ப detect பண்ண முடியலையா? Now detect it. Now detect it and convert it to a proper format. இப்போ detect பண்ணி ப்ராப்பரான ஃபார்மேட்டா மாத்திருங்க. Second chance. We are giving a second chance here. Okay. Still power query ஆல கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியல. Still power query cannot detect it. Then full-ஆவே நம்ம மேனுவலாவே step in பண்ணிடலாம். We can step into that. Suppose assume this invoice number is not a text. It's I want to change it to a number. But text தான் இது INV ன்னு இருக்கு. So it should be a text. But if you want to change it to a number, மாத்த முடியாது. But still வேற ஏதாவது ரீசனுக்காக if you want to change it to a number or a text, click on this ABC and change it to whatever the format you want. என்ன format வேணுமோ நீங்க மாத்திக்கலாம். Date, time, text, numbers. இது third method. ஞாபகம் வச்சுங்க, இதெல்லாம் இன்னைக்கு இந்த 4 daysல we are going to utilize this more. First power query will convert it. If power query is not converting, what could be the second one? Transformல போய் direct பண்ணுங்க. Still power query is not converting, then go to the third one. Click here and change your format here. Okay. இப்போ சொல்லுங்க. Can I load this to BI? Is my data clean? Problem இருக்கா? Empty columns. Okay, very good. Right side there is some empty columns. Yes. After net profit 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 empty columns இருக்கு. Most of the people's in the empty columns on the it can be an empty columns, it can be an unwanted columns also. The empty columns are unwanted for me. For example, I said customer address, customer email address, customer website is unwanted. Report. For reporting, I don't want the customer address, I don't want the customer email address, I want to remove it. தேவையில்லாத காலத்தை remove பண்ணுங்க. So these columns are not required. How do we remove it? Most of the people what they will do is they will make a right click and they will go for remove, which I don't recommend. அதை நான் recommend பண்ண மாட்டேன். Instead of removing the column, there is no option called as remove empty columns. Row there is an option called as remove empty rows. Columns there is no option. What we have to do it is go to the home tab. Under home tab, there is a feature called as choose column. I suggest, I recommend, even I insist this. இதை யூஸ் பண்றதுதான் better. I will tell you what is the advantage of this. இதை பண்றதுனால என்ன advantage next சொல்றேன். Home tabல போயிட்டு let us click on the choose column. Click on choose column and select whatever the column you want, whatever the column you don't want, uncheck it. தேவையான காலத்தை டிக் பண்ணுங்க, தேவையில்லாத காலத்தை அன்டிக் பண்ணுங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் திஸ் 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 இஸ் நாட் ரெக்வயர்ட். அது வேண்டாம். ஸோ 19 எடுத்துடலாம், 20 எடுத்துடலாம், 21, 22, 23 எடுத்துடலாம். We can remove the unwanted columns. தேவையில்லாத unwanted columns-ஐ நாம ரிமூவ் பண்ணிட்டோம். Why I suggested this method இன்னொரு few minutes சொல்றேன். Assume that knowingly, unknowingly, I have removed this net profit also. தெரிஞ்சோ தெரியாமலோ இந்த net profit நான் remove பண்ணிட்டேன்னு வச்சுங்களேன். Okay. Now only I recognize that I have removed that column. Net profit column இங்க வரல, I have removed it. Could you tell me how can I get it back again? தெரிஞ்சோ தெரியாமலோ நான் remove பண்ணிட்டேன். இப்போ எனக்கு அந்த column வேணும். Once again I want it back again. Yes? Applied steps-ல delete பண்ணணும். But Power Query-ல ஒரு main advantage பாருங்க. There are two icons appearing on your applied step. Left hand side-ல ஒரு icon இருக்கு. This is for undoing the last, deleting the last activity. But there is one more. The gear symbol போட்டு ஒன்று இருக்கு பாருங்க. Gear symbol போட்டு ஒன்று இருக்கு. This gear symbol is your settings. Last step-ஐ நீங்க edit கூட பண்ணலாம். You can edit your last step also. So when I click here, you can edit your, click பண்ணீங்கன்னா the last step will be available. Now you can select. So whenever you find that settings button, gear symbol, that means you can edit your last step. நீங்க கடைசி ஸ்டெப்பை எடிட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்னு அர்த்தம். இதெல்லாம் very 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 important, very 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 vital. இன்னைக்கும் நாளைக்கும் இந்த 4 daysல நம்ம நிறைய யூஸ் பண்ண போறோம். Plenty of times we are going to use this. Okay. Finally, one more pending is that payment mode null. There are null. Assume that this payment we have not received it. The payment mode நம்ம receive பண்ணல, அதனால தான் நல்லா இருக்கு. So what I want to do is I want to make this as pending, or I want to make it as default. இன்னும் வரல, pending இருக்கு. I didn't receive it. I want to give some message. Pending வச்சுங்க. I want to give some message called as pending. So select that column. The column select பண்ணுங்க. Select the column. Right click on that column. Select the column. Right click on the column. There is an option called as replace value, or go to home tab. Home tab போனீங்கனாலும் there is an option called as replace value. Right click and replace value, or home tab replace value. Both are same. Both are same. You can use any one of this. எது வேணாலும் பண்ணிக்கலாம். And this replace value, this Power Query is case sensitive. Case sensitive. I believe you know what is meant by case sensitive. Case sensitive is, case sensitive na enna artham? Capital letter, small letter. Spelling correct ah irukano, capital letter, small letter. Null. Null, all are small letters. So you have to type only null as small letters. Right click, go to replace value, null. N-U-L-L, null. All the null has to be replaced with something called as pending. எனக்கு payment இன்னும் வரல, pending இருக்கு. Just I am giving a message called as pending. I have given a wrong spelling. தெரிஞ்சோ தெரியாமலோ நான் தப்பான ஸ்பெல்லிங் அடிச்சிட்டேன். Now only I recognize that my spelling is wrong. How can I correct it now? The gear symbol settings. So எப்போ வேணாலும் வந்து நீங்க சரி பண்ணலாம். You can change it anywhere at any time. I hope almost we have cleared it நினைக்கிறேன். Clear பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கு ஒரு தடவை செக் பண்ணிட்டு சொல்லுங்க. கிரீனா இருக்கா? ஹெட்டிங் கரெக்டா இருக்கா? டேட்டா டைப் கரெக்டா இருக்கு. நம்பர்னா நம்பரா இருக்கும், டேட்டா இருக்கும், டெக்ஸ்டா இருக்கும். 1.2 இருந்துச்சுன்னா டெசிமலா இருக்கும். கரெக்டா இருந்துச்சுன்னா we can load it. There is still problem. We have to clean up and we have to எல்லாரும் ஒரு செக் பண்ணி பார்த்துட்டு சொல்லுங்க ஃபைனலா. No other go, you have to check each column one by one தான். வேற வழி இல்லை. Tell me whether it's fine. If not fine, tell me whether we can solve it or we can. யாராவது வரலையா, ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குன்னு சொல்லுங்க, we try to solve it. After this, maybe we are not going to come back to Power Query again. இதோட நாளைக்கு காலம் தான் நம்ம Power Query வரும். After this, the afternoon session more on Power BI. You can come back anytime, but we are not going to see a new feature in Power Query after this. Yes. Yeah. Tell me, cleaner ka load பண்ணலாமா? Yes. So let me load this data to Power Query. We are going, Power BI. இப்போ tell me out of the 5 workflow, we are in which flow or எது வரைக்கும் நம்ம முடிச்சிருக்கோம்? Get முடிச்சாச்சா? Transform முடிச்சாச்சு. Now we are in load. Can I come back to Power Query at any time? எப்போ வேணாலும் Power Query வரலாமா? தாராளமா வரலாம். So go to Home tab, close and apply. If you are 100% sure, உங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பா தெரியும் என்னோட டேட்டா கிளீனா இருக்கு, நான் லோட் பண்ண போறேன் Power Query, straight away you can click on close and apply. Or you are not sure, still I have some activity for transforming. இன்னும் transformingல கொஞ்சம் வேலை இருக்கு. Later I am going to apply it. Later I am going to load it. அப்படின்னா இப்போதைக்கு அப்ளை பண்ணி வச்சிங்க, சேவ் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கிற மாதிரி. Just to save it, we can load it later. Closeனா without loading, close it. எல்லாமே போய்டும், சேவ் பண்ணது எல்லாம் போய்டும். I recommend go with the first one, close and apply. Yes. When I click on close and apply, there are pending changes in Power Query applied. அதெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் பண்ணாதீங்க. Please wait for few seconds. அந்த apply discard changes வரும், ஒன்றும் பண்ணாதீங்க. Please wait for few more seconds. Your data will get loaded. உங்க data load ஆயிருக்கும். So அந்த ஷீட்டோட பேரும் data தான். That sheet name is also a data. So go to the data and the arrow mark இருக்கு பாருங்க, expand it. All your columns would have been loaded here in a alphabetical order. அந்த column nameலாம் இங்க alphabetical order இருக்கு. அங்க வேற மாதிரி இருந்தது, invoice number, invoice date. But here amount is first, authorization is second, alphabetical order, A first, B second, and alphabetical order la irukum. Close and apply. Close தான், apply குத்தினா அப்போ close தான் நேரடியா. ஒன்றுதான் கிளீன் பண்ணி இல்லை ஆளை போடுறீங்க, இது கரெக்ட். அதெல்லாம் டெல் பண்ணுங்க. கிளிக் டெலிட். Can I go back to Power Query? Yes, we can go back. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி Here you would have noticed after loading this data to BI, on the left hand side of some columns, there is a sigma symbol available here. The sigma symbol indicates that this column is a number. And there is a calendar image, that means this column is a date. Empty says that this column is a text. இது கரெக்டா இருக்கான்னு பார்த்து நாம அங்கேயே செக் பண்ணிட்டு தான் வந்தோம். We have checked it already. அந்த டேட்டாலாம் நம்பரா இருக்கா, டேட்டா இருக்கா, டெக்ஸ்டா இருக்கான்னு already we have checked it. But still if you want to check one more time, இங்க செக் பண்ணி பார்த்துக்குங்க. But still if you are not loaded, for example, my amount is not having sigma, my discount is not having sigma, I want to convert it, or I missed one column, ஏதோ ஒரு காலத்தை நான் லோட் பண்ண மறந்துட்டேன். How do we go back to Power Query? Two methods. One is home tab போயிடுங்க. Go to home tab. Under home tab, transform data. Home tab போனீங்கன்னா transform data. There is a home tab. Under home tab you can see transform data. Method number 1, first method. Method number 2, right click on the table name. Right click on the table name. Edit query. நான் ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்ணது செகண்ட் மெத்தட், பிகாஸ் ஐ வுட் ஹவ் லோடட் 4 queries. அதில் செகண்ட் query மட்டும் நான் மாடிஃபை பண்ணால் திஸ் த பெஸ்ட் மெத்தட். ஸோ இந்த டிரான்ஸ்ஃபார்மில் போயின்னா ஆல் த queries will be, இப்போ as of now we have only one table. இன்னைக்கு நான் டுடே ஆர் டுமாரோ we are going to see how to load 4 or 5 tables also. அதில் 4th table நான் I want to transform it. Right click on the 4th table, edit query. அப்போ கரெக்டாக 4th table போய் உட்காந்துரும். It will land into the 4th table. But if a transform கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா it will show all the table, manually you have to select it. So உங்களுக்கு எது ஈஸியாக இருக்கும். As of now இப்போதைக்கு நீங்கள் ரெண்டும் ஒன்று தான். You can click on transform or you can make a right click and you can go to edit query. So whatever the changes நீங்கள் பண்ண எல்லா changes, all the steps are available here. நம்ம பண்ண steps, நம்ம பண்ண transformation, everything is available. You can do everything here. Sorry. Okay. Is it required? Now if one changes panla, I closed and applied. Is it required every time I have to go to Power Query and check the data? Heading line irukku, okay, all my headings are okay. I want to see what are all the rows, columns, data eppadi irukku nam paakarom. Is it required every time to go back to Power Query? Not required. You can check in your source. Ingiye kuda paathukalam. You can check it in Power BI itself. On the left hand side there is a button available, table view, the second view, table view. If you click on the table view, you can see your columns, rows and tables, everything here itself. நீங்க அந்த column rows எல்லாம் பார்த்துக்கலாம். It's not further ஏதாவது transform பண்ணனும், clean பண்ணனும், ஏதாவது data add பண்ணனும். If you want to do something, then go to Power Query. Otherwise every time it's not required. You have to go to Power Query and check your columns and other things. ஒரு தடவையும் போய் பார்க்கணும்ன்ற அவசியம் இல்லை. நீங்க இங்கேயே கூட பார்த்துக்கலாம். You can check it here itself. How can I come back to the normal view and report view again? So go to the first one, report view. I think we are working on this file for a very long time. Unfortunately, we didn't save the file until now. இது வரைக்கும் நம்ம சேவ் பண்ணல. Please do save the file. File save பண்ணும். File போயிட்டு save as, go to file, save as, browse this device and give a name and save it. Maybe 01 அதே பேரே கொடுத்துறேன். transaction data 01 transaction data, same name கொடுத்து நான் சேவ் பண்ணேன். You can give any name as per your wish. Okay. Similar to Excel, every 10 minutes this file will get saved. Excel மாதிரியே தான். Go to file, save as பண்ணியாச்சு. Now go to file, options and settings. Go to options and settings. File போயிடுங்க. Under file, options and settings. Options, file, options and settings. Options and settings la போயிட்டு option where I can see save and recover. Under the save and recover, you can see save and recovery information every 10 minutes. Either you can increase it and decrease it also. 5 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour, 1 hour. You can increase and you can decrease it here also. File, options and settings, options, save and recovery. Under save and recovery, you can see the save and recovery every 10 minutes. Don't give 1 minute. 1 minute only saving will happen. You cannot do anything. You சும்மா வாட்ச் பண்ணிட்டு தான் இருக்க முடியும். சேவ் மட்டும் நடக்கும். ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது. அதனால at least 5-10 minutes. Okay. Before going for a break, we'll see a do's and don'ts மட்டும் பார்த்துருவோம். After the break, we are going to start creating reports. So 3 process is over. Get, transform, load is over. 4th one is report, publish. Afternoon தான் பார்க்க போறோம். Before that, what are all the do's and don'ts on your source data? Source dataவை என்னெல்லாம் பண்ணலாம், என்னெல்லாம் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். First don'tsக்கு வந்துரும். Don'ts. Don't change your column names. தயவு செஞ்சு column names மாத்திராதீங்க. Invoice numberக்கு பதிலா bill number. No, don't do that. So don't change your column names. Don't delete your columns also. Don't change the column names. Don't delete the column name also. எல்லாம் after loading தான். அதனால தான் இப்போ சொல்றேன். Before loading you can do anything. அதெல்லாம் பண்ணீங்க. After loading, third process முடிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம். So don't change your column names. Don't delete a column. Can I insert a column? Half yes, half no. பாதி yes, பாதி no. What it means? You can insert a column. Where we can insert it? Last. We have to insert it only at the last. Don't insert it in the middle. ஏன்னா இதை ரெகக்னைஸ் பண்ணி தான் அது ஒர்க் ஆகுது. கே காலம்ல தான் காஸ்ட் சென்டர் இருக்கு. M column amount is there. So don't insert a column. You have to insert the column after X. ஏன்னா W is my last data. அங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா column 1, column 2, W is my last data. Xல தான் நீங்க ஆட் பண்ணணும். Unfortunately. Don't change the sheet names. இந்த sheet name மாத்தக்கூடாது. Don't change your sheet names. இதெல்லாம் don'ts. Don't change the column name. Don't delete the column. Don't insert the column. Insert it only at the last. Don't change the sheet name. Can I add a data rows in between? Now rows data add பண்ணலாம். Suppose this data is available. இந்த data எது வரைக்கும் available இருக்குன்னா I think it's available till 31 Jan 2026 வரைக்கும் available இருக்கு. Now I want to add the April month data. You can add it. Where can I add it? Very good. Anywhere below the heading. Heading கீழே எங்க வேணாலும் ஆட் பண்ணலாம். லாஸ்ட்ல ஆட் பண்ணுங்க, மிடில் ஆட் பண்ணுங்க, எங்க வேணாலும் ஆட் பண்ணுங்க below the heading. பட் பெட்டர் ப்ராக்டிஸ் நீங்க சொன்னது தான் கரெக்ட். கடைசியில் ஆட் பண்றது தான் பெட்டர் ப்ராக்டிஸ். அதுதான் பெட்டர் ப்ராக்டிஸ். பட் யூ கேன் ஆட் இட் எனிவேர். எங்க வேணாலும் ஆட் பண்ணலாம். Can I change the sheet name? இந்த sheet name மாத்தலாமா? Surprisingly yes. Sheet name மாத்தலாம். Sorry, file name. Sheet name மாத்தக்கூடாது. Sorry. File name. Can I change the file name? Yes, you can change the file name. Now you can trans data. I want to change it to some other name. You can change it. But unfortunately, the link will be removed. And the link, no problem. We'll see how to establish the link. அப்படி link கட் ஆயிடுச்சுனாலும் எப்படி link பண்றதுன்னு பார்த்தலாம். Can I change my folder name? Now this data is available in a particular folder. D drive, corporate training, உங்க company name போட்டு ஒரு folderல வச்சிருக்கேன். Can I rename the folder or can I change this folder? Now I want to put this file into my OneDrive. OneDriveல போடணும், வேற ஏதாவது காமன் பாத்தில் போடணும். Yes, you can do that. அதுவும் நீங்க பண்ணலாம். Once again your link will get removed. We will see how to make a link. அப்படி லிங்க் ரிமூவ் பண்ணாலும் அந்த லிங்கை எப்படி கொடுக்கறதுன்னு பார்த்தலாம். ஸோ டோன்ட்ஸ்லாம் டோன்ட்ஸ் தான், பண்ணவே பண்ணாதீங்க. டூஸ்லாம் சில, யூ கேன் ஆட் த ரோ, யூ கேன் சேஞ்ச் த காலம் நேம்ஸ், சாரி யூ கேன் சேஞ்ச் த ஃபைல் நேம், யூ கேன் சேஞ்ச் த பாத் ஃபோல்டர் பாத் ஆல்சோ. அப்படி சேஞ்ச் பண்ணால் அது எப்படி ஒன்ஸ் அகைன் லிங்க் பண்ணுறதுன்றது நெக்ஸ்ட் செஷனில் பார்க்கலாம். வில் சி இன் த நெக்ஸ்ட் செஷன். And then we have to create at least or 2-3 pages report we have to create and we have to publish it by today evening. In the evening குள்ள ஒரு 3-4 report, very powerful drill down, நிறைய magical feature, powerful feature which is not possible in Excel. We are going to learn it in Power BI. Power BI நிறைய magical and advanced featuresலாம் நம்ம afternoon பார்க்க போறோம். Okay, so save this. Hope as of now you are all clear. We'll go for a lunch break முடிச்சுட்டு வருவோம். I am stopping the video recording. I am not pausing it. I am stopping it. Afternoon I have